This game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. Viewer discretion is advised. Individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a safe experience playing this game. For content warnings, please visit http://sddlc.moe/warning.html. By playing Doki Doki Literature Club, you agree that you are at least 13 years of age and you consent to your exposure of highly disturbing content. Seems like an odd warning for VN. Just change some settings. Please enter your name. Whoops. SC. Hey! I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. The girl's Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, of course, but just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long, maybe? We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently. And I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's gonna chase me after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I overslept again. But I caught you this time. Well, maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. Yeah, you say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. Never think of it. That's mean, SC. Well, people like stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all, you know. Just saying. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. Whatever you say. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the street becomes increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. Just so you know, this is called Doki Doki Literature Club, in case you didn't understand. And it is on Steam. And it is completely free. The entire game is free. You can donate on the website to the developers if you want, but it's free. There is some paid, I think, content, but it's like, I think it's just like artwork and soundtrack and stuff. By the way, S, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? Like a sandwich? I told you already. I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. You know, it's not really my style. I haven't been looking either. Well, you can't blame anyone but yourself if you don't care, but you're not even looking. What if there's an awesome club that you just don't know exists because you didn't bother to read the pamphlets? That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I don't remember saying that. I'm sure it's possible that I did, in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about, you know, nod your head and smile. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me, you know, and I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a need in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you, come on. Alright, alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy, okay? Just please stop. I have no promises, though. Will you at least promise you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. You know, I'm not a jerk. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? No more than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. It's the bow. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. She's the one to think about the worst case scenario all the time. School day is just as ordinary as ever, you know, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. It's worth a pound of cure. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check some out. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Come on, why are we not in that at least? Come on. Come on, me. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. It's always empty all the time in every game I played. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting there and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's gonna make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know... Know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori? Yeah? There is no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Back. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would help. It would be fun to help start a new club. Oh, so she's... Wait, she's vice president in her own club? How does that work? Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she... Oh, okay, that makes sense. She inherited the title of vice president, so she was basically like, oh, that sounds cool too. Let's make a club. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. If it's not manga and doesn't have pictures, I don't want it. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club I was bringing in a new member yesterday. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything, and it's cupcakes. I don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, probably. Or if she's so cunning as to have planned all this out. She's guilting me to going. Cupcakes. I let out a long sigh. Oh, fine. I'll stop by for a cupcake at least, okay? Yes! Let's go! And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. You know, I've done worse. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy as usual, swings open the classroom door. Everyone! The new member's here, like I promised. I told you, don't call me a new member. I have a name. Glance around the room. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Oh, wow. The pleasure's all mine, miss. Girl 1. Is that your name, really? Alright. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Let's see. What a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. Well, the anime club is probably full of dudes. So this is a nice change. Maybe I'll get some action. All words escape me in this situation. This club, this literature club, is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. So sorry? Natsuki, really? How uncouth. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She is also the one who made the cupcakes, according to Sayori. Oh no, I don't know if I want one. Well, no, I can't say no to a cupcake. You can just ignore when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back toward the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Enough energy for everybody. Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you. It sounds like you already know Monika, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, SC. Monika smiles sweetly as she does that thing that she does. We do know each other. Well, we really talked, but we were in the same class last year, so practically best friends. Monika was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic, you know, the whole package, really. Except for the ponytail. Almost as bad as paint-covered overalls, but not quite. Basically, completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little, well, you too, Monika. Come sit down, SC. We made room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monika. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, just got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? Ooh, do you have chamomile? They never have chamomile. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monika and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Look at that smile. Ta-da! Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes, decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make the ears. Okay, no, this is just too damn adorable. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monika and I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. Aw. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. It's cupcake, man. It's not mathematical. Natsuki is quiet for once. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she wondering for my all approval? This cupcake. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. Maybe these are store-bought. The scandal. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. I've never had such a delicious cupcake before. Why are you thanking me? It's not like You didn't bake these. Shut up. If the other girls found out, they would roast you alive. Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything? Oh, okay. You're just a tsundere. Alright, good. I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe I did. Maybe I made them for you. Maybe I love you with all my heart. Maybe. But not for you, you know. You dummy. Alright. Jesus Christ. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in the classroom. Oh, don't worry, the teachers give us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? That's true. I'm reading a good book myself. I'm currently reading the Memoirs of Ulysses S. Grant, and I'm almost done with it, and it's really good. If you ever have any interest in history at all, I would definitely recommend it. I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. Well, don't need to impress me. Huh? That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you, I do. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I at least enjoy tea, so, you know. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monika raises an eyebrow and smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? Oh, I was forced here. Well, I was afraid of this question. Luckily, I came prepared with several canned answers. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monika that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so, you know, I figured I'd take a gander. That's okay, don't be embarrassed. Well, make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it is my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monika, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Board member, really? Are they companies? Weren't you the leader of the debate club last year? Yeah, but they argued me out of it. Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. Yeah, I hear you. Politics. Oh. It was like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. Yeah, here you just read books. You know, there's a very zen-like atmosphere about a literature club. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. No, I agree. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monika really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Well, then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. All the paperwork. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort in to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. That's true. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow into the club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Right? Right, everyone? Yeah, we'll do our best. You know it! Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all different backgrounds, all interested in the same goal. Monika must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't know if we can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, let's see, what kind of things do you like to read? Oh, you know, manga. Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. Oh, I'm sorry, was I thinking out loud again? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking, half not joking. 100% serious. Natsuki head suddenly perks up. Looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. I've disappointed her. She's never going to love me. Well, that can change. I mean, anyone can read a book. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Aww. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. Oh, nice. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. Telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. You know, it is one thing to basically make kind of a novel basically kind of about the real world, but to create a whole new fantasy setting, like take Lord of the Rings for example, like create a whole setting, characters, and you know, a world and all that, like that really takes some chops. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes lit up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Horror? Ah, I read a horror book once. Once. I mean, it was the Goosebumps books. I don't know if that really counts, but I desperately grasped something I can relate to her at a minimum level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really, I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you to read horror? I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, it took his eyes dart over to me for a split second. Well, what are you looking at me for? I don't have your answer. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? Aww. What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! Jeez. Give that back. Not right to take other people's things. Fine, fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you wrote your own poems. Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I love a good poem. I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Ah, not a very confident writer yet. Well, we all have to start somewhere, right? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing, that takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have some writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. That's a good idea. Do you have poems? You have poems. I know you do. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Aw, I want to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay. I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Let's all write poems. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, SC? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. Huh? What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join the club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any promises. I haven't made a decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I'm in the anime club, you know. I mean, that's probably the shoe-in. I lose my train of thought. It's left the station without me. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. No, don't look at me like that, please. Join the damn club. But I'm sorry. I thought. See, you all. Damn it. I'm defenseless against these girls. I mean, look at them. Not even looking at me. Well, one of them kind of is. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? They're doing this on purpose, I tell you. That is, if writing a poem is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls, then, well, let me just channel my inner T.S. Eliot. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey now, hey, don't get so excited. You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came by for the cupcakes, I would have been super pissed. And that makes it official. Welcome to the Literature Club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring on to the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. SC, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah, alright. Can I really impress the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. It's like I'm doing homework and having to read in front of class or something. Meanwhile, the girls continue their chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, SC. Since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right. Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well, I mean. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and, of course, Monika. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? I mean, perhaps I'll have a chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Perhaps. Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with, well, writing a poem tonight. What to write? Are you serious? I actually have to write a poem? Oh, I'm not ready. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Oh, okay. Okay, that's fine. Ooh, what do we write? Do it anime, judgment, hopeless, summer, infallible, romance, feather, imagination, mouse, and jumpy. I kind of like Yuri, so let's write something about horror. Oh, wait, horror's not on here. Romance is, though. She likes imagination. To that. Games, unrequited, together, peace, anxiety, rainbow, pleasure, clumsy, grief, or sticky. Well, it's imagination. Maybe grief? Yeah, let's write grief. Okay, here we go. Journey, childhood, effulgent, blanket, vibrant, ribbon, treasure, dream, unending, or wonderful. Unending imaginary grief. Suicide, lazy, afterimage, lust, death, sunset, extraordinary, whistle, despise, starscape. Maybe death? This is a very depressing poem. Vacation, special, amazing, jump, variance, climax. Oh my god, I got 20 of these to do? Oh man. Agonizing candy, let's do climax. Vertigo, fireworks, party, insight, daydream, secretive, sunny, analysis, uncanny, well, we're kind of writing a murder mystery kind of thing. Suicide, secretive. Ambient, play, kitty, essence, fluffy, sing, bubble, strawberry, beautiful, or parfait. I don't like any of these really. How about essence? Vivid, disaster, valentine, happiness, disarray, doki doki, shopping, landscape, wrath, family. How about wrath? Sensation, shiny, playground, heaven sent, incongruent, shame, dance, skipping, extreme, marriage. How about shame? Breathe, tenacious, hop, skirt, sugar, flee, vivacious, cute, waterfall, determination. Lucky, raindrops, fickle, heartbeat, twirl, cheeks, eternity, melancholy, empty, rain cloud. How about empty? This is gonna be a horrible poem. Captive, destiny, fireflies, nightgown, calm, forgive, pain, silly, intellectual, broken. Adventure, bouncy, bunny, cage, clouds, puppy, contamination, uncontrollable, horror. Fine, well, horror. Kiss, fantasy, whisper, headphones, philosophy, marshmallow, disoriented, vitality, inferno, forenz, fantasy. Defeat, bed, laugh, pink, hope, love, smile, excitement, scars, and vanilla. Let's do hope. Let's kind of start ending on a good note. Warm, misfortune, unstable, music, embrace, fester, flower, memories, existence, and spinning existence. Email, massacre, loud, tragedy, joy, alone, socks, time, electricity, and sadness. How about joy? Rose, bliss, prayer, pout, boop, swimsuit, unrestrained, giggle, cheer, comfort. Bliss. Promise, aura, ocean, fun, explode, dazzle, entropy, pure, fear, and precious. What's that fear? Nibble, frightening, melody, awesome, sweet, passion, proof, crimson, infinite, and desire. How about infinite? We got a lot of Yuri. We got some other people too. Hi again, SC. Oh my god, this poem is god awful. I thought I actually got to like type out a poem. That would have been absolutely horrible and would have made this thing go to a screeching halt. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Ha ha ha. So many people run away. Ha, don't worry. Might be a little strange for me, but I at least kept my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club again. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, SC. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not really accustomed to it? Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but we do read books, and we do talk about them. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly do have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Manga collection. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monika and manga. Manga is literature. That is true. It tells a story. You know, albeit through pictures, but... Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. SC always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with my busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. So that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. I can barely walk in there. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two really are good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and SC can become good friends too. Sayori? As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she's just put me into. As all weird situations she put me into. Oh! Yuri even brought you something home. Sorry, even brought you something today, you know. Wait, Sayori? Me? Why bring me anything? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. Well, what is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal, and it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation as usual. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture of any kind from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want to be, okay? Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I don't want you to feel left out. So I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so goddamn cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Whew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monika to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. I hit my mic, I'm sorry. But that does not seem to be the case. Sayori and Monika are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki's rummaging around in the closet, probably trying to find a good manga. When you read them all, what can you do? I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. See, now, even the main character knows what I like. But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. You know, it's really rude to interrupt someone when they're reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. Looks like the same book she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages, so it almost seemed like she just bought 2 copies of the book last night and gave one to me in hopes that I would read with her and discuss. Ah. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. What do I do? What do I do? She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. It's love. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh. It's fine. If I was focusing, I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... Well, that's the book you gave me, right? Same cover and everything. I can read fine. I wanted to reread some of it. Oh, so you've already read it. Okay. Not for any particular reason, of course. I'm just curious. How come you have 2 copies of the same book? Ah. Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... That's not what I meant. I mean... I just happened to buy 2 of them. Ah, I see. I was right on the money. There's something fairly obvious about here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. Well, I've had those days. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyway? The book club? Well, you don't know what it's about, do you? You've never read this book in your life. You're reading the back cover? The book is titled Portrait of Markov. It's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. That's weird. Alright. I just want to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by the people who escaped from a human experiment prison. Good God. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. Oh, wow. That's kind of... Wow. It's kind of dark, isn't it? I mean, you made it sound like it was going to be like a nice story. So, I mean, that dark turn kind of came out of nowhere. How is this relatable? You said this was relatable. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, I see? Oh, no, it's not that. It's... I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. And horrible things happen not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. And suddenly when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with their villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. That's fine. It's fine. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. when I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. It just means you're passionate about reading. That's good. The least I can do is listen. It is a literature club after all. I mean... Well, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? You bought this book for me. Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just go get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I stay here, right? Am I too close? You want me to scooch over? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to or anything. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. No. Maybe a little distracting, sure, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. There you go again. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slid my desk up until it's up against Yuri's and hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. Feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Oh, look at that. Oh, how do I get the, hang on. There we go. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and her forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn the page and Yuri slides under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Huh? Turn the page. Oh, yeah, sorry, yeah. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance up at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. That's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might be just a silly thought, but... my character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second-guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid that she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything like that, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms, you know? I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment, but I see that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. It's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, no. I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were that self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I'm more meant that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. Oh yeah, the poems. Forgot about it. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not... It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, and then slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah, I wrote the best poem you've ever heard. I mean, you guys will be fawning over me. My relaxation ends. I watched, before I read the poem, I watched all of Dead Poets Society, so I think I've got this. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I mean, writing a poem about your innermost thoughts or whatever, pretty embarrassing, right? I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait! Sayori and Monika enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monika wrote hers in a composition notebook. Think that means anything? Subtle hint. I can already see Monika's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Alright. Whose poem... Wait, who should I show my poem to first? Well, I mean, obviously, Yuri. Of course. Yuri's like our pal now. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion to be fair. God, please don't rip it apart. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Did you say what I thought you said? Did I just say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. Aww. He's gonna hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. Huh? That's... I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphor indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Well, you know, I just picked the words that showed up on the page. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. I mean, wow. Wow. This isn't actually my first time, really. Oh, no, this is my first time. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looking at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. It also I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased, though. Biased how? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. No, it's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Oh, please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? I mean... Okay, oh god, I can't read that. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the purest... Oh, sorry, but I'm breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. Oh no, that's fine. What? I wasn't thinking it like that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is very pretty. Huh? That's a relief. Also, I liked the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems. Oh, not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, see? Really? Oh, I must have really missed the point, I'm sorry. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences into their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. Well, that's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I didn't even think of that. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. Huh? It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive, too, so man, I really wanted to read my poem. Was it that good? Man. Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Oh, yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, SC. Nice. Me too. Me too. Who next? Let's get Natsuki out of the way. SC, if you're not gonna take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh. What, you expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer! I'm a lefty. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Yeah, that's right. I went there. Painful to think about? Probably. Fine. Oh, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. No, that's cool. Or do you not know what to improve at all? Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try. But that's about it. Well. Yeah. I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. I mean, but isn't the point of poems for people to try to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set it for a rhyme at the end, but it made it fall flat on purpose. Helps bring out that feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that information from the youngest one here, did you? I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I'm not going to take that away from her. I don't deserve it. I don't deserve to take that away from her. Alright, let's go to... save Monika for last. Sayori, buddy. Oh my goodness. This is so good, SC. I know, right? I'm good. Yeah. I love it. I had no idea you were such a good writer. Oh man, watching that movie paid off. Sayori, you must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. Really, I don't know. Well, maybe that's why. Because I have no idea what I like either. Jeez. Yuri's opinion was way more constructive than this. Are you sure you don't like it just because I wrote it? Huh? Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of people, you know? So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem. It's this SC poem. I know, the best kind. And that makes it feel extra special. Like I can feel your feelings in it. Sayori hugs the sheet against her chest. Okay, I think you're overreacting a little bit. You're so weird. I'm really happy that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how well you're... Sorry, I can't read today. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. And not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. I mean... Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, SC. Deep down, you're not as selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all, you know? Yeah. And I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to it. Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. Oh, we'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleep from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you testing me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No. Okay, maybe yeah. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or, well, how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially the last line. I made eggs and toast. Oh, even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast, you know. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. I really enjoyed it. It was nice. It moved me. This was so much fun. Monika's is the best. Oh, really? Yeah. But next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Well, who should I... Well, I only have one choice here. Hi, SC. Having a good time so far? Oh, yeah, I am. Enjoying it. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? Oh, you know, not to brag, but I'm somewhat of a poetrical whiz. Is that a word? It's a word now. Kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, SC. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monika my poem. Great job, SC. I was going, oh, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. Guess I underestimated you. Now it's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Oh, I know. I know she does. Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. And like Sayori, who likes just using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness, Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively. Both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked, though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. I don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. You do you. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. I mean, it can take a while before I feel comfortable doing this, you know, but now that's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased toward their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. Oh, you sound pretty confident for someone to claim to not be very good. Oh, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always have to feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in a wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction that spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know, I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late, my retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. It's beautiful. So, what do you think? That's very freeform, if that's what you call it. I'm sorry, I'm just not really the right person to ask for feedback. That's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. There's a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Interesting. Anyway, here's Monika's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. I like that. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. It's very good advice. Thanks for listening. I didn't really have a choice. Whew. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I had anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. I mean, not that everyone's was amazing, but I don't know. I think we all did well. I mean, even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I mean, I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. I mean, across the room, Sayori and Monika are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They're gingerly exchanging sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Huh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feelings of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something's nice. Huh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Oh. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and SC did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring. Yuri's kind of a bitch. Which I haven't yet. And SC liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Oh shit. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what I... you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you were just jealous that SC appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh, and how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Oh. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as SC started showing up. Natsuki. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. SC, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. I mean, what's the point of making your poem all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, SC. But wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, SC? Well? You know what? I'm late. I got a thing. I gotta go. How did I get dragged into this in the first place? I don't know anything about writing. But whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. Damn it. So, of course that's gonna be... Damn it, Yuri. Okay, they both have really good points. Sometimes keeping it simple is the best course of action. Sometimes making the reader figure it out for their own is also good, because it can also help them kind of figure stuff out on their own end. You know, they both have merit. Both writing styles are perfectly legitimate. But I like Yuri more, so... Natsuki. You're right that I liked your poem. See? Wait. That's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't just pick a fight because someone's opinion is different. That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously. I understand. Yuri? Okay. You're a seriously talented writer. No one's really questioning you there. It's no secret that I was impressed. Well, that's... But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it, and it's become something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute. I see. I didn't notice that. I'm sorry. But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that... Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think that you should too? Natsuki clenched her fist. In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped, at this point being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up even feeling bad for her. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head. Sayori, she doesn't need to. You know what? I'm gonna do that. I'll spare myself from having to look at all your faces right now. Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem up from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumbles up the poem with her hands and throws it in the trash. Natsuki... She didn't really need to do that. I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in the adjacent chair. Everything alright? I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now. No, Yuri... How could anyone not have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? I know I would have. You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you. Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, SC, you're too kind. I'm thankful to have you as a part of this club now. It's nothing, really. One more thing. That one thing that Natsuki said about, you know, I would never do anything so shameful. So, huh? Wait, what thing did Natsuki say? Well, never mind that. I'm gonna make some tea. Ah, good idea. Chamomile for me, please. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yeah. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did y'all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright, well, mostly. See, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learn something from your friends, too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself. I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those that I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. SC, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. She's fun to be with. Sayori. About what happened earlier. What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't You don't hate them, do you? Oh, no, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. You know, SC, it's nice that I get to spend all the time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you, too. That's... Every day is going to be so much fun. Looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but doesn't really need to stop there. Well, we'll just have to see what the future holds. Pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah. Let's do this. Okay, another poem here. Pain. Pain! Everyone likes pain. Not everyone likes pain, you know what I mean. Depression. We're gonna make a dark poem, like dark as the black sky. Fester. Fear. Extraordinary. No, I don't want you. Inferno, I like that. Lust, maybe? Yeah. Nightgown. Dark. What? No. No, that's her. Suicide again. Massacre. Well, she's dark as hell, isn't she? Philosophy. She's very philosophical. Heartbeat. No, not heartbeat. Incongruent. Grief. No, no. Misfortune. No. Sadness. No. Disarray. Whatever the hell Doki Doki is. Infinite. Oh crap! I clipped. Oh, Oh, dang. Intellectual. Okay. I seem like I got more purple hair than the other one. Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. That's fast. It's almost like nothing happens outside of these. Gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple days. And entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi, SC. Yo, Sayori, my man. Looks like you're finally in a good mood today. I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see. It's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kind of hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? Oh, no thanks. Eh? It's not like you at all. I have my reasons. I ate before I came. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Eh? Why is that all of a sudden? Oh, no reason really. I just want to look at it. Ah. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and lets its contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. Yeah, that's why she wanted me to come. I knew it. I could see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How did you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry and wanted an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all of your money so that I would lend you some. But here's one more thing. You're always hungry, so that only leaves one flat option. Ah, I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Yuri suddenly giggles. Eh? I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book as always. Ah, I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Oh, really? Let me see it. Yuri, tell us you to let me borrow some money. Don't let me get involved in it like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is it's fair enough retribution. Did I just... I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed into my book. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You were right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the revolution. A revolution? Retribution. That word. You know, R's. It's still coming from you, Sayori. I guess there's a little devil inside us all, isn't there? Oh, don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. Funny that. But you wouldn't have calm if it weren't for the cupcakes. Well, that's true. No right to do that. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Oh, come on. Give me more credit than that. Ah! Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Ow! What was... Eh? A cookie? Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my restitution. Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. I was just gonna give it to you. But then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. I was totally worth seeing your reaction, though. Natsuki, that's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. Ew, raisin. I don't want it. Oh, jeez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Sayori suddenly clasped her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Ah, yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez. Beggars can't be choosers. Well, yours is chocolate. Mine's oatmeal raisin. Yeah, why do you think I give you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me, even though I want yours more. So he gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her. Ah, jeez. I get it. Cookie's still in hand. Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off of her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite of Natsuki's cookie. Hey! Did you just seriously do that? Mouthful of Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monika, can you tell Sayori... Eh? Natsuki glances around. Monika isn't in the club room. Ugh. Where is Monika anyway? That's a good question. Have you heard about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She probably just has something to do. She's pretty popular after all. Huh? You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's true. Excuse me? Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Huh? Monika chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monika quizzically glances at me. What? I didn't do it. Oh, never mind that. What held you up anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. Oh, please, I don't want to hear about that. Alright, well, that's personal business, okay. Oh, class period. Okay. To be honest, I just kind of lost track of time. Makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring, at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Braggart much? Piano? I always know where you played music as well, Monika. I don't really. I kind of just started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. You should play something for us, Monika. Oh, that's, Monika looks at me. Maybe once I get a little better, I will. Yay! That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, SC. Monika smiles sweetly. Ah. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. No, you do what you want to do. At your pace. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently. Well, you know, don't burn yourself out on it. And I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So, I didn't miss anything, did I? Oh, no. Not really. I chose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki won't be complaining to her anyway. Looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri's back to her book and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. Where did she go? I don't know. Hey, Yuri. Ah. I suddenly noticed that Yuri is reading a different book from the one we've been reading together. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. No. I was kind of just waiting for you. Oh, if that's the case, why don't we go ahead and get started? Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? No, not at all. Chamomile free, please. Thank you very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. And not to mention, for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch her as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf. The kind with a filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Oh, sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm gonna plug this in at the teacher's desk and then we'll go get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements like a stalker. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs. Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Yes, you may. Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. Yeah, why not? Shall we go then? Yeah. Where are you two off to? Huh? Well, Yuri was gonna make some tea, so I suddenly realized how weird it sounds to explain this to Monika. We're just filling the water pitcher. Oh, okay. Sorry, I was just a bit curious. That's kind of a one-person job, isn't it? Well, that's... Monika, please mind your own business for once. Oh, snap! Or do you want to tell me there's something wrong with helping involve SC in club activities? My mouth gapes. I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. Then let's go, SC. I don't really know what to think of Yuri. She seems to have, like, almost a bipolarness about her. Yuri quickly exits the room and I follow. Once in the hallway, she suddenly puts her forehead against the wall. I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that? Yuri, something about the way she said that made me feel so irritated. What's wrong with me? No, Yuri, no. I think you did the right thing. I wasn't expecting it, but it's also not right for Monika to judge people like that. See? How come even when I do something bad, you're being nice to me? Well, because nothing that you do is as bad as you make it seem in your head. Nobody's perfect. We all have emotions. We can always hide them away. But you always amplify things in your head. Your mind turns a light rain shower into a hurricane. No. Wouldn't you hate me for something as terrible as that? Why would I hate you? I can't hate someone for having emotions. What kind of friend would do that? Friend, you say? Yuri lifts her head. SC? I really like being friends with you. Thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you too. Feel kind of awkward saying something like that, but I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. Anyway, yeah. Shall we go? Yeah. Yuri and I walk to the nearest water fountain. Once we fill up the water pitcher, we return to the classroom. Essie, do you like oolong tea? Well, I like short tea. Yeah, I do. Anything's fine. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do anything less when I'm making tea for others. Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything. In that case, you'll only be even more impressed. Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show. And you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided that I would try expressing myself a bit more. Turns out it's not very hard for me to do. When it's you who's around anyway. Ah. She's already in love with us. Nice. That's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, I see. It's very endearing. That's, well, Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watch Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. I see I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Huh? Why's that? It's a little bit easier on my back. I can read my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Sorry, I didn't realize. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Oh, is that so? I'm sorry. I wonder why that is. It's most likely because your posture, right? Always hunched over like that when reading? Yes! My posture, that's exactly what I was getting at. I have terrible reading posture, so that's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll go right ahead and get the book. I retrieved the book from my bag. Ah, I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies that I kept hidden from Sayori's candy radar. I take it, since it goes well with the tea. Yuri and I then sit along the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other since we're not in chairs. I can't see too well. Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost like more than I can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. Because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has already faded away. I use all my willpower to focus on reading. It's not working. After a few minutes, I finally managed to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Ah, sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want, except, don't eat it all, because I want some. Ah, that's okay, I won't take any. You denying chocolate? What kind of monster are you? Are you sure? This is chocolate here. Well, if I touch it, then I might get smudges on the pages. Oh, you're right. I didn't think of that. Didn't even think about that. My bad. Oh, no need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder of a time reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri is already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it in my mouth. Then I take another chocolate, and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Huh? Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. I see. Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. That's... Well, you were just helping. That's something that friends do. Right? I mean... Well, not really in this kind of context, but... Yeah. That's all it was. Yeah. Then... You don't need to stop or anything. I see. The situation has gotten really tense. Yuri tries to return to the book, but I can tell just by her expression that even she can't focus now. My heart is pounding. I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers, but this time Yuri's eyes meet mine. How did it even come to this? Yuri doesn't avert her gaze. I notice her chest rising and falling to the rhythm of her breaths. I raise my arm. Like before, Yuri parts her lips, but it's different this time. I take the chocolate and place it in her mouth. I feel her hot breath on my fingers. Okay, everyone. You son of a bitch. Yuri jolts back. It's time to share poems. SC, you can help Yuri put away the tea stuff, right? Yeah, of course. Okay, thanks. The spell is abruptly broken. I'll take care of the cups. Yeah. Yuri picks up the teacups from the floor. I pick up the bag of chocolates. In the end, we hastily clean up without so much as a word between us. I get the feeling that this is something neither of us will have the courage to bring up. Well, let's save Yuri's for last, actually. Sayori! Ooh! I like this one, Essie. It has some nice feelings in it. I'm glad. Still, though, your tone makes it sound like you liked yesterday's poem better. I guess you caught me. Sometimes you know me a little too well for your my own good. Well, don't just try to be nice about it. If I'm doing a bad job, then I'd rather just hear it. No. I still like this one, I promise. You know I wouldn't lie to you, SC. Never, ever. What about earlier? Yeah, I guess so. What made yesterday's poem so great compared to this one, then? Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad, but that's why I just go with my heart. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem. I'm not sure if that's exactly how it works, but... Then again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of the whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Yeah. Me neither. Alright. Why don't you at least try giving it some thought? Aw, you want to write something for me? That's so sweet. Yeah, right. You're always just thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. Eh? Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep it in mind. Well, whatever. Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, well, sometimes I like sad poems too. Wait, well, sometimes I like a little bit of both. Wait, there's a word for that, right? Yeah, it's called indecision. What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet? Yeah. I feel like things that are happy. I like things that are happy and things that are sad. Happy and sad? I can't see like a poem. It's not like something sad, say, right? Well, I like happy the most. But sometimes when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can help give the rain cloud a little hug. And make a nice happy rainbow. Sayori, that's unexpectedly poetic. Huh? It is. Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, SC. I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay? Bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's a secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly. But there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe. And I put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts and bottles all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle is starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go. Like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. Doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally all done. I open up and in come my friends. And they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, and shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. We're all shouting, pleading, something. But all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head. Holy crap. Sayori, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was going to write my best poem ever? Well, yeah, but I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monika taught me a whole lot, and I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Or maybe because I'm used to you being so cheerful and all. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it. Aw, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. I'm pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. I want to see more. Yeah. Writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. Oh, don't get ahead of yourself. Sayori's always had the habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Okay, let's go see Natsuki. Well, I can admit it's better than the last one. It's nice to see that you're putting some effort. That's good. But I still don't like this at all. It's trying too hard to be serious. What do you mean by that? Poems don't need to be all deep sounding to express something. It's going to just sound like you're forcing it unless you don't suck at it. Honestly, don't bother trying to write poems like this until you're on Yuri's level. Natsuki stopped short all of a sudden. Don't tell me. You're not just trying to praise Yuri, are you? What are you talking about? Keep your voice down. You know Yuri would love this kind of angsty. Just because she's a talented writer doesn't mean... I mean... looks like I'm in trouble. I somehow struck a nerve, though. What I did would be beyond me. I am so done with you. Natsuki shoves the poem I handed her back over to me. Take your stupid poem. If you wrote it for someone else, just don't show it to me. Ouch. Harsh. This is what I get for letting a younger girl step into my business. Unless I was a mind reader, I was destined to be in a world of pain from the start. At least Natsuki wasn't really the girl I was trying to impress in the first place. Alright. Well, what? We don't get to read her poem? Oh, that's lame. Monika. Hi again, SC. How's the writing going? Oh, it's going. Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're implying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure. Here you go. I give my poem to Monika. Alright. This one's good. Feels like you're not only getting more comfortable with your style, but the imagery is better than the last one I read. Just wondering, but have you been finding inspiration in Yuri's writing style? I guess so. Can't say she hasn't rubbed off on me. Can't deny that she's talented. Yeah, totally. I think her poems are the most romantic. That's the best way to describe it. She's like a totally different person when she picks up a pen. I noticed that as well. And when she's talking about literature, it's like a light turns on inside of her. Sadly, it's hard to get much personal conversation out of her. Trust me, I've tried. Who knows what goes on in that head of hers? I hope you don't mean that in a bad way. Oh no, of course not. I just mean that I wish she didn't keep so much to herself. But still, defending her like that, he must be pretty into her. Huh? You completely misunderstood. Calm down, I'm kidding. Besides, I'm pretty sure she's already got a boyfriend. What? Really? Yeah, a fictional one anyway. Oh, god damn you. Monika kind of whispers that last part to me. It's just a hunch, but... Well, there's not anything wrong with that. Oh, well, I know. I was just saying. But anyway. You want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Oh, I'm glad. I want to hear it. Let's take a look. Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating, waveforms. Speaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Load me. Okay. Let's... Alright. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? I guess it is. It's just the way I write. Sorry if you don't like it. Oh, no, I never said that. It's just the kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of a poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monika's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind. Or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? Oh, what am I even talking about? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Well, save the best for last. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? I see. This one might be even better than yesterday's. How did you even pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing. Well, maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. I really want to try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. I'm not used to this. Used to what? I don't know. It's fine, take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I often offer that patience to her. Yeah, just being appreciative like this, I guess. Probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writings, it makes me really happy. Are you saying you've never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really, I don't believe it. I really only ever write for myself. And besides, people would just laugh at me. Do you really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Huh. Even your close friends? Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. Anyway, you want to share the poem you wrote today? Yeah, I do. If it's with you. The Raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies. as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences, well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity. The raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood, classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feel myself again. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem's about. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style. Using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, well, if I take that at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. Those sorts of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself. So I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Why do you keep them to yourself? Because they're embarrassing, and people would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that, SC? Well, yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities. Even if it's difficult sometimes and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. You're good at a lot of things. Writing, listening. There really aren't many people like you, SC. Oh, that's exaggerating a little bit. It's just how I feel. I never thought I would feel so comfortable sharing my writing, but now I almost feel like I look forward to it. It's just a really nice feeling, and you're to thank for that. Oh, it's nothing really. I mean, Yuri smiles sincerely at me. For just a moment, her timidness seemed to disappear. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well at last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're gonna keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing? Monika? Yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Oh, now that's pretty cool. It's like a poetry jam. So you're always putting it all on the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayori, who has been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monika? You didn't already start putting these posters up, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no. It's not a bad idea, but I didn't sign up for this, you know. There is no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys. No, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple of days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that. So I'm sorry. But we're still doing it, so I don't care. I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah, it's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monika have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but... Looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. Alrighty! Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. I guess I don't really have a choice. That's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh gosh, it'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way. Monika, this is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? No, don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. Monika flips through her notebook to the specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Monika begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monika. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monika finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monika takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monika. Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. Oh, Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Oh yeah, Yuri, my girl. She clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri. It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading this poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns, its structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her as if she is bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterward and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back into her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri is down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. Sayori hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Ah. Sorry, I giggled. Sayori. It's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reading it to yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best that way. I see, I see. Okay then, Sayori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said that she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes and we applaud. I did it! Oh, good job, Sayori. Even SC liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be the other poem wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. Well, in other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. That's, well, I'm practicing that kind of thing. Just embarrassing to do that in front of everyone. The next time I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time left before the festival, you know. Okay. Now who's next? The only other person here, Natsuki. Don't make me go before SC. Oh wait, no, we have to go too. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let SC lower everyone else's standards a little before I have to do it. Natsuki. It's fine, it's fine. I might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I have 2 poems. I guess I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it too much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah, I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called... It's called... Why are y'all looking at me? Because you're presenting? Anyway, this poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when it's spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat. Good job, Natsuki. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again. Well... Do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing that in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's so surprising, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to be worried about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming, though. Coming through, sorry. It might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez. I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. Doesn't have to be your own. Doesn't have to be your own. I said that. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy. Yeah, no problem. Okay everyone, I think that this is about it for today, and probably about it for the video. I know the festival is coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. What poems will we read tomorrow? Well, you'll just have to play the game and find out, won't you? I'm really liking this game. And apparently it's got a bit of a twist on it. I don't know exactly the details, but let's just say the warning at the beginning wasn't completely, empty. So yeah, you should all play Doki Doki Literature Club. It's completely free on Steam, so you lose nothing but time. And I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, give it a like. And I will see you all next time. Have a good day.